Hello, what's up? I got a lot of skincare. It's old, it's crusty, and it really shouldn't be here. I don't know why I have it, but I have it. And now I'm gonna show you. Get ready. So, yeah, that's my jingle. Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm gonna try to have a YouTube channel. So, I thought I would start by going through my old stuff because that doesn't cost any money and it's pretty sad and kind of funny how I've kept all this pack rat level keeping of stuff, specifically skincare and hair care. So the first part will be on skincare, the second part will be on hair care. Stay tuned. Hopefully you like watching the video as it goes. To start, I'd like to describe my skin type a little bit for everybody, so that way you know kind of the baseline of what I'm expecting the products to do. To begin, I don't get acne very much anywhere except my chin. It's all hormonal acne, which really sucks because it's really deep and really hard to get rid of. I do get some blackheads here on my nose, but my freckles tend to hide them, so I don't really pay much attention. My skin's also very dry, so usually if I use a product and it doesn't work for me, it makes my skin really, really dry, which sucks because it causes a lot of pain. So we're just gonna go through my skincare journey. I recently found some products that actually help my hormonal acne quite a lot, and I'll make that in another video of the products I currently use. But today we're just gonna go through all of the really old stuff that's been sitting around. I went around and I gathered it all up, and we'll just walk through it together. In total, we'll be looking at 24 products. So it'll be pretty fast and you'll get a lot of information and you'll know whether or not to buy the products yourselves. Some of these older products though, I'm assuming most people know not to buy. And we're gonna start with that. You go through preteen in the 2010s, this is what they were using. The Neutrogena deep clean foaming pads. And you had the little machine. The machine broke years ago. It was just like nothing. And I have 2 boxes of these full that just has been sitting in a drawer. I don't have the heart to get rid of them. It's the first thing I used when I started, needing to use stuff, like washing my face. Everyone started saying, oh, you need to wash your face. This is what I used. I used a little machine. I didn't do squat. I don't think you should buy them. I don't even think they sell these anymore. If they do sell them, I haven't seen anybody using them, so wouldn't recommend. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty heavy roast session if you haven't picked up on that. I'm just going to go over everything I've ever bought and why I don't use it anymore, so it's going to be pretty negative. There are some gems maybe in the graveyard, but it's a graveyard for a reason. Next up, speaking of things that are dead for a reason, Cleaning Cure, Morning Burst, Facial Cleanser. The beads are really bad for the environment. Probably shouldn't use this. It's not that great. It's just got vitamin C in it. It's not anything special. Mostly I stopped using it because I learned that the beads were really bad for everybody. So I just called that quits. It's pretty old. It's well past expiration because I was using this in middle school. Again, pack rat status is very high with that one. We're just gonna move right along. Moving right along, we have Biore with baking soda. Remember when I said I had really dry skin? Yeah, this was a bad one. As you can see, I didn't use that much of it before I realized it wasn't the best product for me to use. I really wanted to get rid of my blackheads. And this kind of opens up a whole era of time where I used the Biore pore strips, the blackhead ones. Those are terrible for your skin. I wouldn't recommend those either. This really dries you out unless you have really oily skin. I don't even think then it's the best product out there to use. And also I use the Biore charcoal, whatever. We haven't truly entered the charcoal period, but it's coming. So we'll put that down. Next up, we have all my female friends are using face masks, and I don't really know what that means. And me wanting to be more like them, decides to go out and buy some face masks. And what do you do when you're trying to buy a bunch of face masks? We're gonna do 3 here. Of the 24, we're gonna do 3 at the same time because they're all the same and you all know them. If you know them, you know them. Oh yeah. We're talking the Freeman. These are so cheap. They're like, what, $5 maybe each? Probably less. Really a great deal. A lot of fun, definitely for sleepovers and things like that. My review is it doesn't do a whole lot to your skin, but it also doesn't do a whole lot of damage either. You know, it's definitely something that's just a lot of fun. I didn't notice any crazy results when I used them. Sometimes my skin would feel a little smooth for a couple days. My favorite one was definitely this blue one. I like the de-stressor. That usually made my skin feel really smooth. And this one smelled really nice. And so those are my favorite. You know, this one I wasn't really that impressed with. I think these two are very fun. You know, I didn't finish them up, but they have a lot of nostalgia. You know, they're definitely expired by now, technically. But I always think about those late middle school sleepovers when I look at these. So I found those in a drawer when I was collecting all these products. And so I wanted to share them. Now we're going to enter into a lotion phase. These are graveyard products that I actually would recommend people getting. I recently bought these for my cousin who has sensitive skin because I think they're really great products. The reason they're in the graveyard is because they got lost in a drawer, so these are very old. But it's the Simple skincare line. I really like the lotions. I use this one a lot in the summer because it has SPF 15. Use this one a lot in the winter because it's a little bit thicker. I know you're supposed to wear SPF every single day. I don't do that, even though I'm really pale, so I really should. I'm trying to, and this makes it a lot easier to wear. So I still use these products, but just not these specific bottles. I would recommend these to just about anybody, really. And so if you have sensitive skin, everybody needs sunscreen, you know, and this is a really light sunscreen. Great products, not that expensive. You can get it at Meijer or CVS. CVS is more expensive, probably get it at Meijer. But definitely a win. That's a win for the graveyard. Next up we have, this is a little more obscure, it's Dermatologic Cosmetic Laboratory Quick Dry Sunscreen SPF 15 Water Resistant. My dad got me this forever ago. Let me focus. And so it's fine. It's just a good sunscreen. I put it in here because it's definitely like a nicer skin product, so I thought it deserved to be in the graveyard because I don't use it a ton. I probably would still grab it. It's on my counter, but it's on my counter with a bunch of other crap, so I never really grab it. It's okay. But it's an SPF 15, which is pretty weak, you know? Like, if I'm gonna have an SPF 15, why wouldn't I just use the Simple lotion? You know, so that's part of the reason I don't gravitate toward it, is because it's such a weak SPF. And I've been reading recently you should be wearing at least SPF 30. So that's why it's in the graveyard. Next up, we're entering an era here. We have the Yes To era. Now this is a college era time. I start with this one because the charcoal one was the first one that I really got into. The Yes To charcoal detoxifying charcoal cleanser. Yes To tomatoes and charcoal to help remove dirt and impurities. This is a little one. I had a big one. I did use it up. I had this line with the face wipes. Did also use those up. Pretty harsh on the skin, not gonna lie. Cleans really well, but it is drying. You know, it's the charcoal era where everything had to have charcoal in it. And I have a lot of Yes To products we got to get through here, so I will just go ahead and grab the next. This is the charcoal acne spot treatment. It's literally just salicylic acid, really. So it dries out your pimples. I actually really hate this product. I haven't tried salicylic acid that isn't this product yet, but it really doesn't work for me. Basically what happens if you use it on my hormonal acne is it just dries it out, but not in a way that actually gets rid of the pimple. It just leaves like a red dot that lasts and basically scars and then lasts forever. So I'd much rather just like let it be and not put this on it, but you're so tempted when you have this to put it on it, even after you've done it 1,000 times, because you think, maybe this time it'll work. Maybe this time it won't be so bad. Maybe this time will be the right time. So then you keep using it. And I don't recommend this particular salicylic acid if you're trying to use it on hormonal acne. I tried using it on regular acne. I didn't really like that result either. So, yeah, not my favorite. Definitely not something I would recommend. Back at Yes 2, I really liked Yes 2 for like 2 years. I just kept buying more products. We have the Probiotic Yes 2, blueberry, Greek yogurt, whichever. This, I like. Now, here's the thing. I had a tub with this product in it, and it was pretty good. It really did help my hormonal acne. You can see some of those scars there. But this, and it was a tub, and you just put it on with your fingers, and it was fine. I used that up. You know, it's not in the graveyard. I don't have the tub to show you. Then they started putting the formula in this container for some reason. And when they started putting it in this container, I'll show you, it's got a brush. And when you squeeze it, the brush comes out of a little nozzle here. And I stopped using it because I never felt like the brush was very clean. You know, because I'm putting it on, like, my crap chin, you know? So I would put it on, and then I would put... It just felt gross, okay? It just felt unclean, and I stopped using it. This is pretty full, you know? I used it only a couple of times before I went, the brush doesn't feel very clean. I don't really want to put it on my face. So I think this was a packaging fail. I think the product's actually really interesting. I really like the concept of using probiotics. I think probiotics are really neat. I have a little bit of a science background. I think that's a really smart idea to do. Personally now I'll do this in another video, but I use kind of bacteria killing ointment things for my chin. And this is kind of a similar logic. I think this is a win formula, but a fail package. Similar to that, we have Yes 2, more Yes 2, cotton foaming anti-pollution oxygenated foaming cleanser. Back at it again with the weird brush. That never feels clean to me. Look at it. Anyway. Yeah, I use this quite a bit. There's still a lot of product in it. You know, it's decent. It's definitely not something that can tackle deep hormonal acne. But if you guys ever get those bumps on your forehead or on your face where they're like, I think people have called it fungal acne or something like that, where it's just like little bumps and there's not like a lot to it. It's just little bumps. This is pretty good for that. But I would recommend going for this instead. I don't know why I bought 2 of these. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same juice. This one's just foamy. But I like this one better because it has a little pump top for a little cotton pad. And it's just micellar water, cleansing water. Obviously I haven't used that much of it. It's been around for a while. It's kind of in the graveyard. But I personally don't get a lot of those little fungal bumps. So if you do get a lot of those fungal bumps, I think this is actually a pretty decent product to try. Because it does get rid of that for me. And it smells okay. It smells like cotton. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so there's like a whole saga here we just went through. It's the Yes 2 saga. And spent a lot of money on that, but you can get them on sale at Ulta sometimes. Oh, there's one more. Just kidding. We weren't done. This is the Yes 2 Grapefruit Brightening Dull and Uneven Skin. God, I can't read. Glow Enhancing Vitamin C Booster. It's got a little nozzle at the top. I didn't really mind that in terms of like a packaging thing. Like, that felt cleaner to me. And I would often put them under my eyes. Like, pretty directly. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to put on vitamin C, but that's how I was putting it on. I use this a lot, and there's still a lot of product in here. I used it a lot for a couple of years, or a year maybe. But, probably was only supposed to be a year because it has a 12-month expiration. But that's okay. And, we all use things past the expiration. We all do. It's no shame. But, I thought this was pretty good. I really did like the The package at the top is just a little bulb, you know, and you can, it felt really good and luxurious to put on your under eyes because, you know, it made me feel like I was fancy, and I bought something more expensive than it was, and it was pretty fun to use. I stopped using it mostly because it got kind of crusty. Back at it again with the packaging for yes too, but like this little nozzle, if you can, maybe if I get my head out of it, it'll focus on it. Focus on me. See how it's like crusty? Yeah, it's pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. So once it started getting like weird and crusty like that, there you go, look at that. I stopped really wanting to use it, but, you know, it's okay. I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend it. I think there's a lot of vitamin C serums that are out there that people can use, but it's definitely not awful. So if you have it, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, you shouldn't be using that. Again, here we go, fun time. Guess what? I have red hair. I can't tell, see if you can tell that I got some red hairs in there, and I got some pale skin. This is my SPF 70 deodorant stick. So yeah, it's not a deodorant stick, but it is a deodorant stick, because look at that. It's just, it's just this stick. I got teased a lot for this in high school, because I just take it out and rub it on my face. It smells pretty good. It smells like sunscreen, but not in like a bad way. When you're pale like me, you start to like sunscreen smells. Anyway, this is great. I think you should buy this, actually. The reason I stopped using it is kind of a silly reason, and it just looks kind of grimy. I was keeping it in my purse for a while, so it just looks kind of grimy. I can't even close it all the way anymore for some reason. But if you're better at keeping track of your stuff than me, like I took this to the beach, it got covered in sand, I took it, you know, it's just kind of not cute anymore, but I keep it because it's such a nice sunscreen and there's still like a little bit of product in here. Moral of the story is I'm kind of a pack rat. We saw stuff from middle school earlier in this video, so. But this is actually something I would recommend people buy, especially if you have really sensitive skin. It will make you break out a little bit if you don't wash your face afterwards. Please wash your face afterwards. Please wash your face pretty consistently if you put on sunscreen, and you should put on sunscreen a lot apparently. So, but this is a nice product. Pretty cool. Recommend. I like it because it's a stick. You know? It makes it a little harder to rub in on places, but it's like, it makes it fun. I don't know. I'm a sunscreen person, it's fine. Next up we have Back at the Simple, but I tried to get a deep cleansing face mask. I really don't recommend this. I used it like 3 times. It really dried out my skin. I'm not even sure if it's a real product because I bought it at Marshall's. It might have just been a fake product. Which isn't great. Don't buy fake products. Which brings me back to, like, I've bought some fake products on like Amazon and stuff. I do recommend, if you're buying stuff for your skin or your face, to buy them on like at Ulta or CVS or Meijer or somewhere, just because it's a little bit safer. But yeah, don't buy it. I don't like this one. It might have just been too dry for my skin because I got dry skin, but I don't recommend this product. But I really like the lotions, so it's not, I'm not bashing the brand. I'm not even sure the brand made this, you know, but here we go. Now, this product is a placeholder for all its fallen brethren, really, and it's the Burt's Bees facial cleansing towelettes. With the moist facial. They're not moist anymore, guys. They are dry as a bone. They have nothing to offer, but you know, I like facial cleansing towelettes. I know they're not great for you. I had some charcoal ones from the S2 brand. I had some simple ones. I think the simple ones, the cleansing towelettes, are really nice. I would recommend those. Buy more. These didn't really clean great, didn't really do a whole lot. I don't have a lot to say about them. They were just okay. It's important to note that I don't wear makeup very much. So whenever I'm using a cleanser, I can't really let you know how good it is at removing makeup because I don't really wear makeup. Overall, I would say almost all my products aren't very good at removing makeup because I don't really ever do that. So, next up, these are honorable mentions because they're samples that I never used and I found in the drawers. We have the Burt's Bees Moisturizing Lip Mask. Terrified to use it because I feel like it'll just give me acne, like around my lips, and that's not cute. So, yeah, maybe I should use it, but haven't, so it's in the graveyard. There you go. Fast, easy, simple. Another one. Shea Moisture Hydrating Mud Mask for dry skin. Yeah, I've used Shea Moisture hair products, so I bought this thinking I would use it. And then I never did. Is it lotion? Is it a face mask? I have no idea. Yes, it's a face mask. You're supposed to wear it for 10 minutes. And so I haven't used it. Have no review. Just, that's that. Alright, next up, we have one that's actually very special to me. And it's a small business find, kind of a placeholder for a couple of those kinds of things. And it's a tea tree facial bar. It's made with raw goat's milk soap. And, you know, I really like it. It wasn't quite enough to battle my chin acne. I still have a bar upstairs that I use periodically. This is another one that I bought because I thought I was using the bar a lot faster than I actually was. But, it smells good. It's not fragranced or anything. It's just the tea tree. And so, but the ingredients list is incredibly short. It's small business, handmade, you know, really wonderful product. It just wasn't enough. It really did help though. Like this is the part of my skin journey we're getting a little bit later. This is probably 2 years ago I was using this. This is the real part where I started to really combat my acne on my chin. This really helps me realize that I could actually get rid of it. It wasn't just something I had to put up with. If I really put in some work, I could make it to the point where it's not too big of a deal. And a lot of people this would really work for if they don't have as deep and intense cystic acne as I have. I think it's really nice, and I would recommend if you have a small business that makes soap near you to maybe go check it out and see if they have a product similar to this. You know, tea tree, raw goat's milk, charcoal, all the goods, right? All right, so we're gonna finish up with 6 months ago. I don't know. I got this stuff for Christmas, and I got it for Christmas because all the face people and gurus were like, this is so great. And I was like, okay, I love buying things other people tell me are good. So it's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost gel, hyaluronic acid, fragrance-free. It's fine. It's not great. It's not terrible. I used the face mask version of this, had a lot of really good results. My skin looked great, looked amazing. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna buy the big tub. So I asked for the big tub for Christmas. It's not that hydrating, you know? This is definitely not for someone with dry skin. I think that's where I made my mistake. I think this is for someone with oily skin. I don't know. It doesn't really say. But it was fragrance-free, and my dermatologist recently said that I should move away from fragrances. So I was like, oh, it's so perfect. It's all perfect. I still do use this. I put it in the graveyard because I can sense that I'm not going to use it all up because I have better lotions than this. I'm more likely to grab the simple lotions than this, especially because of what happened. I went, oh, if this is so good, the product that goes with it should also be good, right? Right? Wrong. Exfoliating cleanser. Somehow, in the year 2020, the cursed year of 2020, perhaps that's how it happened, I somehow went back to this. This is the same product. Not really, but it is. It tears up your skin. I got like tons of little microabrasions. I'm not sure what this stuff is. I don't think you should use it if you have dry or sensitive skin. It really irritates my skin. It makes it so a week after using it, it's kind of rough and bumpy. I will not be continuing to use this. I've tried it the first time I used it way too vigorously. I'm not gonna act like I didn't. I was excited. Christmas, who knows? And I use this again. I really don't think a physical exfoliant is good for my skin. Research has now led me to believe that it's not good for anybody's skin, really. That chemical exfoliants are safer and more gentle. But this gently exfoliating that it claims, I do not agree. You know, maybe for someone who has less sensitive skin, that would really work, but there's something about this product that really irritated my skin, and it made me sad because it was a special Christmas present. So, this is okay. I'd recommend this to someone who has oily skin, who wants moisture as well. I think it's fine. So, yeah, that's everything. If you look, I have just stuff all over my lap from doing that, and yeah, so I guess I should do a closing statement, huh? You know, as a human being with a face, over the years you spend a lot on these kinds of things, and you learn a lot about your own skin, what you need, and in the process, you gather some crap. And hopefully I maybe helped some people figure out, maybe you're thinking about buying one of these products and you got a little bit more information about whether or not they might work for your skin based on how they worked on mine. Also, it might just be a moment to go look through your old stuff and throw out some stuff, because there's definitely some stuff here I should just throw away, like all the stuff that's from middle school. Shouldn't probably be here, you know? You know, at the end of the day, buy yourself a nice skincare products to try. It's okay. If you don't use it all up, it's okay. We're all doing our best, you know? And if you're here to the end of the video, thank you so much for sticking around and listening to me ramble about my life and my skin. And give it a like and subscribe if you're so inclined. Really appreciate it. And thank you for watching. I'm gonna just grab some stuff and make a thumbnail. Gotta make a thumbnail. How do I make a thumbnail? Wow, this is gonna be a long video. The other one's gonna be even freaking longer. I should probably throw some of this stuff away. Like, yikes.